We got some developments on this really stupid January 6th commission. Like, that thing is still going on. It's going to continue to go on because it's going to be the cause du jour for the Democrats for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years until the next time that they find some other thing that they can go ahead and fucking hop on the back of and continue to campaign on in perpetuity. Like, okay, you don't hear about Charlottesville anymore, and that's the slide whistle that they were blowing for the past few years anyways. Nazis that were out there. And it's like, okay, cool, whatever. But now, oh, my January 6th, the most tragic day in history. It's even worse than 9/11. Well, it keeps subpoenaing people, okay, the commission itself, and it's just been relatively ineffective because nobody cares, okay? It's not officially sanctioned by the Republicans, okay? The Republicans in the House are like, no, we want to put these people on the boards, and, you know, if you want to do a bipartisan effort on this, cool, we'll get to the bottom of this. And Nancy Pelosi's like, no, we don't want any of those people. We just want Kissinger, and we just want Cheney. And it's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. But I guess it's, yeah, bipartisan by sheer definition that there are apparently people that still hold membership to the Republican Party that are on the panel. So yeah, you can go ahead and trumpet that ineffectual detail for whatever good it causes, but I think people see right through this ruse anyways. And the people that they continue to subpoena, a lot of it's on just kind of hearsay, conjecture, not really knowing the right place or time. Like, you got Steve Bannon, who we've talked about before, being subpoenaed by this stupid panel. Okay, they didn't even know if he was in the alleged hotel room meeting up with Trump discussing those nefarious plans. It's like, yeah, it's not even clear he was there beforehand. And then you got Mark Meadows, who was the chief of staff for Trump. Oh, he was definitely there at the time. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Where's your evidence on that one? Yeah, we don't really know, but we're just going to continue to subpoena more people on the backs of zero information. Defiant Mark Meadows slams the Democrats. They're not going to intimidate me. Yeah, because apparently he's going to get referred to Congress in order to be held in contempt, and then they're going to pass something to try to throw him in jail, I guess. I don't fucking know what's going on, and it doesn't sound like very many other people do either. A former White House chief of staff, Mark Meadows, slammed partisan Democrat efforts to attack him with a criminal contempt of Congress resolution on the floor of the United States House of Representatives on Tuesday night as he delivered a rousing speech to conservatives gathered to the launch of Georgia state legislative branch of the Freedom Caucus. Speaking to hundreds of state legislators from around America and other conservative leaders gathered at the Grand Hyatt in Atlanta's Buckhead neighborhood, Meadows implored them to recognize a higher calling in their work and noted that Democrats in Washington, D.C., who are pushing to hold him in contempt through the January 6th committee, are motivated by evil. Well, yeah, they're also staffed and paneled by a bunch of people who are quite evil. You are not here by accident, Meadows said. You are here with a special purpose and a calling on your mind. Each one of you are here and have overcome obstacles to serve your state, your country, your family, and it has all been it has not all been a bed of roses. That would make a lot more sense. What the enemy means for evil, he will make it good. Oh, God, you're straying into Linwood speechwriting territory here, dude. Getting all biblical and shit. I say that because tonight on the House floor, the Democrats are going to send a clear message that not only should I be referred for criminal contempt, but anybody who is a conservative and supported Donald Trump should be ashamed, and they're not going to intimidate me. Yup, they're going to continue to do that. It doesn't really matter who the next guy who's going to be representing the Republican Party is, whether it's going to be Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Trump himself, or even Ron DeSantis. They're just going to paint them all with the same brush, okay? You support anything that bucks the trend and goes against the narrative that Democrats, the left, whatever the fuck you want to call them, whatever they're pushing, they're always just going to be Nazis, okay? Just give them enough time and they'll smear them, okay? You just want a very malleable opposition. You just want more Mitt Romneys. You just want more John McCains. You just want these pushovers. Well, time for capitulating is over. Meadows was delivering remarks as part of the State Freedom Caucus Network's launch of Georgia's Freedom Caucus here, the first of many planned state-level Freedom Caucuses around the country. Oh, but they're evil and they're bad. The Freedom Caucus is terrible. Fuck off. I want to encourage you because I'm encouraged tonight, Meadows said in his open remarks. Oh my goodness, in the midst of very difficult circumstances. Personally, I am so encouraged because we have the freedom fighters from across the country gathered here tonight. Yes. Meadows referred again to the ongoing House floor debate, which was raging in Congress while Meadows was speaking here repeatedly throughout his remarks, which were the much more general advice to rabble-rousing conservatives seeking to disrupt the system to do their state legislatures, which Mark Meadows and his pals, like Representative Jim Jordan and others, were doing in Washington after launching the U.S. House Freedom Caucus just under 6 years ago. So yeah, we could go into more about what they're talking about, but that's totally fine. Just know that Mark Meadows is probably going to be held in contempt, and it's going to be voted on by the slim majority of Democrats that are out there. And yeah, he's just going to be strung up in a political prosecution and just be held on a show trial because they won't get over January 6th, where the only person that was dead, you guys aren't investigating anyways. Of course not. What about Eric Swalwell? Yeah, he's a part of that panel too, because it's definitely not a political show trial. He says there may be a criminal referral for Donald Trump. Yeah, we're going to try to subpoena him and we're going to try to bring him down. You know, he's a central figure in all this stuff. He was the mastermind. He was pulling the strings. He could have stopped it at the same time because we proved that he incited all this stuff that happened. Okay, but at the end of his speech, he told people to go down to the Capitol building, and you just need to go down there and you need to fight like hell. It's like, okay, cool. Well, what about the breach happening like 20 minutes before his speech ended? You know, the thing that you could try to hang on him is by him saying you need to fight like hell, otherwise you don't have a country anymore. Literally the same rhetoric that Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, every fucking Democrat that's ever ran for office have used at the same time. Okay, you're going to try to hang him on that because why? Orange man bad? Okay. Representative Eric Swalwell said Wednesday on CNN's New Day, yes it is, that House Select Committee investigating January 6th could send the Department of Justice a criminal referral for former President Donald Trump. Dude, it's been a year. Fucking get over yourself. Swalwell said, we don't want to know what is Donald Trump's thinking, okay, what he is doing. Oh, we do want to know. Oh, okay, cool. Well, he's on your mind all the time. You should probably have some idea what he's doing, not doing. Mostly golfing, I think. Okay, making sporadic campaign appearances for other people who are going to be running for office in 2022. I think that's what he's doing. Oh, we now know what concerned Fox News hosts, concerned family members. The Fox News, literally, is just all staffed with neocons, with your other friends that are up there, okay? Paul Ryan is still on the board, so I don't know why you're trying to paint them as being so bad. Like, listen, you guys poached one of their top news figures, okay, and Chris Wallace, I think more on that. I forget when I have that one scheduled. It's coming up here soon, but yeah, Fox News. Ooh, they're so terrible. Oh, he's just very concerned about that Tucker Carlson piece on the Patriot Purge, telling other people that are still being held in fucking solitary confinement, wanting to tell their stories. It's like, oh, okay, cool. You know what? Some actual facts on the subject. But anyways, back to what stupid Swalwell had to say. Concerned legislators who were with me in the chamber, and you were all, sitting around crying and deciding on who had to eat the cracker, are all aiming their concerns at the White House, and Trump is doing nothing. And just the one witness who is only giving us a very little amount of information, and all the reason to probe further. Yeah, it'd be a shame if you had all of the information that was out there from the 3 different investigations into this. Okay, and you guys are just doing a lackluster effort, and you're just meeting and wasting tax dollars. But that's what you do best, right? He continued, Donald Trump may be on the hook for criminal liability. Maybe. Can you prove it? No? Okay. It wasn't an accident that Liz Cheney laid out the elements of the offense of essentially not acting to save Congress while we're performing the Electoral College count. Okay, cool. You think might have been able to impeach him or find him criminally liable when the DOJ investigated it, when the Capitol Hill Police Department investigated any of that? No? Okay, but you guys are going to have that information this time, because you're going to subpoena Mark Meadows, and you're going to subpoena the different other members of Congress that were there that day, not just cabinet members, right? And you're going to use whatever means necessary in order to accomplish those feats. Like, just take it from Adam Crazy Eyes Schiff. January 6th committee confirmed Schiff presented doctor text messages between Meadows and Jordan. Oh, fuck. Okay, so you're having to do your witch hunt, literally based on lies. Why is this continuing to go on? You offered doctored evidence. In any other trial and any other investigation that's out there, it would be immediately thrown out because you're just lying. You're just lying to push a narrative. The January 6th House Committee acknowledged that it doctored a text message between former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Representative Jim Jordan. He was supposed to be on this panel, by the way, but Nancy wouldn't agree to that, which excluded content about how they wanted former Vice President Mike Pence to handle electoral votes during a joint session of Congress earlier this year. But they won't, Trump didn't do anything about our safety while they were counting electoral college votes. It was so scary. Yeah, remember the people that were out there on picnic? They didn't breach the House. They breached the Senate, by the way, and then they just stood around and had some very funny photo ops. That was cool. On Monday evening, Representative Adam Schiff, the head of the House Intelligence Committee, showed a graphic during the hearing on newly found communications between top Trump administration officials and others. It was displayed as the committee was discussing whether or not to hold Meadows in contempt of Congress for refusing to hand over information related to the probe. That's all right. We don't need him to hand over the information. We'll just make it up for him. The Select Committee on Monday created and provided Representative Schiff a graphic used during the business meeting, quoting from a text message from a lawmaker to Mr. Meadows. The spokesman told the Epoch Times on Wednesday. The graphic read, on January 6, 2021, Vice President Mike Pence, as President of the Senate, should call out all electoral votes that he believes are unconstitutional, has no electoral votes at all. Okay, yeah, that was a theory that was running around at the time, if I do recall. In the graphic, the period at the end of the sentence was added inadvertently. The spokesperson also confirmed, without elaborating on how the error was introduced. I think probably Photoshop, and people did it deliberately. I think that might be the explanation. That is a little bit too uncomfortable. A select committee is responsible for and regrets the error. Oh, see, we just did it. Okay, it's something that could have been done. I don't know. There was a speck on the projector that was up there. It's tough to say, really. When presenting the text message, the House Committee and Schiff cut off part of the sentence, adding a period. Oh, okay, cool. It also changed the format of the text. Okay, we don't know how this happened, but it was just an accident. Fuck off. Yeah, changed the format so it appeared to be the entire message. Just altered it completely. But that's cool. We're just going to continue to soldier on because we need to get to the bottom of this situation. Message dealt with a short number of legal briefing that Jordan forwarded to former Department of Defense Inspector General Joseph Schmidt to Meadows on January 5th, a day before Congress convened to count the votes in the presidential election. During the hearing, Schiff appeared to incorrectly attribute Schmidt's message to a Republican lawmaker. Oh, okay, cool. So he misrepresented who it was going to and the contents of said message. God, he's a smart man, and if you just give him enough time, he'll tell you more about the connections between Trump and Russia. Just give him a little bit of time. He has all the documents. On January 6, 2021, Vice President Pence, as President of the Senate, should call out all the electoral votes he believes are unconstitutional as no electoral votes at all, in accordance with the guidance from Founding Father Alexander Hamilton and judicial presidents. Schmidt's text read, in part, the text continued to say, oh, no, it doesn't continue to say that. We've seen the graphic. Clearly, they didn't have anything else to say. No legislative act, wrote Alexander Hamilton, Federalist number 78, contrary to the Constitution, can be valid. The court in Hubbard v. Lowe reinforced this truth that an unconstitutional statute is not a law at all, is a proposition no longer open to discussion, and the notations as they appear. Jordan's office and Schiff's office have not responded for a request for comment, and why would Schiff be commenting on him being caught red-handed? Really does suck to suck, but that just goes to show you the legitimacy of this very legitimate panel, which obviously has all the truth, and they're going to get to the bottom of January 6th, okay? It just might take some time because they need to, campaign on this open investigation that those pesky Republicans aren't cooperating with, and this is very scary, and it could undermine our democracy. And then when those new Republicans that are just overwhelmingly going to shit kick the Democrats in 2022 in the midterm elections, when there's going to be a counting and there's going to be a swearing in, that just means more terrorists are going to be in the House, and oh my God, how are we going to, whatever, fuck off. So yeah, once again, it seems like we just come back to this on a regular basis, at least, that this January 6th commission is one of the most useless, at least in recent memory. But with that said, guys, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.